AIA Vitality. Your health is every choice you make. We are part of a global wellness program with over 1.65 million members in AIA across Asia. And in Singapore, we have more than 100,000 members on AIA Vitality. Members live healthier by knowing their health through online health assessments and screenings. They improve their health by logging exercises and enjoying the rewards to keep them going. And indeed, members are making improvements in their health. Even the vitality age gap has narrowed to less than a year. Best of all, you earn points for every activity. The higher your status, the greater the rewards, including up to 15% off insurance premium on selected AIA plans. To keep you going, there is the weekly fitness challenge with personalized targets to help pace and improve your fitness. When you complete the challenge, you get a spin on the Vitality wheel to earn Vitality coins, which you can use at the marketplace. That's not all. You also earn AIA Vitality points for completing these activities. And very soon, you'll be on your way to platinum status. And we sweeten the deal further with many exciting partner benefits that you can enjoy. With AIA Vitality, nothing gets better than a healthier you. So get on to AIA Vitality today because your health is every choice you make.
It's a bright sunny afternoon here at Jalan Besar Stadium. The derby match today, Lion City Sailors take on Young Lions. Looking forward to this one in the Singapore Premier League with second placed Lion City hoping to leapfrog Albrechts Nagata at least for 24 hours if they can beat bottom of the table Young Lions. Lots to talk about. First of all, let's hear from the men in charge for the moment, Robin Chitraka and then Philip Lau.
2 wins from your 2 matches in charge so far. Quite easy, this football management business. How much have you enjoyed this interim charge?
I have to be honest, it wasn't easy. The games we played were really difficult, and every team that plays us now are increasing their level of performance, and we got to take one game at a time.
I think it comes to the territory of being Lion City Sailors, right? Your point about them raising their game. How much do you relish those challenges going up against these teams who up their game because it's a cup final for them?
I'm sure every team that plays us or against Albrechts and Tampines, they will definitely increase their level of performance, and we have to be prepared at all times.
Speaking of big games, you have one coming up today against Young Lions, a team you were formerly in charge of. They have conceded the most goals in the league so far. What's your plan for the Sailors to take advantage of that?
I think, in my opinion, today will be another tough game for us. If you watch the last 2 matches the Young Lions played, they actually put on a very good performance and were unlucky not to get any point.
You've long championed development over success or wins, so to speak, performances. But results, I do beg your pardon. But how hard is it to keep motivation, especially when there's no tangible success, no victories to celebrate, so to speak?
So, I mean, everybody wants victories, everybody wants success, everybody wants to support teams that win. But we must be very clear on the objective of Young Lions, especially so, in this recent years, where the players are getting younger. If you look at results, then it's always about results. Yeah, but we look at performances. So we are looking at whether we have progressed individually and also as a team. I think, we have over the course of the season, and we've seen players improved. And I think that's very, very important.
Speaking about improvements, last time out against a big team, Young Lions did very well. Today you go up against another big team. What's the plan to stifle the Sailors?
Well, yes, you're right. They are a big team, they are built for success. Whereas we are built to develop players. Saying that, yes, we did well against Albrechts, but not the full game on certain parts of it. We'll need to put in a good team performance today against a big team like them. But football, anything can happen. I told the boys, have belief, because last week we believed that we could give Albrechts a fight. And today, yeah, we want to come here and show that we can play football.
Really good to get the thoughts of both Robin Chitraka and Philippao. And Robin, of course, interim head coach at the moment, because the big news that has come out this week, and talking of coming out, the officials and the players will shortly make their way onto the pitch. We have been told that Kim Do-Hoon, the award-winning coach from Korea, will be taking over as the man in charge of Lion City Sailors. Remember that Aurelio Vedmar had left at the end of April for BG Pathum United in Thailand, and Robin Chitraka has been in charge. And Kim Do-Hoon, who won the AFC Champions League with Ulsan the end of last year against Persepolis in the final, beat them 2-1. He will take over. So that's a huge, huge boost for the club as they continue to make waves in the local football scene. So that will be something to look forward to. He joins in June. Also joining the team in June will be Haris Harun. The prodigal son returns. That was also some of the big news that happened a couple of weeks ago. And so that is going to get a very crowded midfield already. As I mentioned, their bench hugely talented. Can't fit all the stars in. So that will be something to watch out for. And they're involved in the AFC Cup as of now, scheduled for the end of June. So just over a month from now, Lion City Sailors will be playing here in Singapore. Mohammad Shakawi Buhari in charge with Tan Min Kai, Lim Si Seng and Jansen Fu, the fourth official. Could be a busy game for him today. We know that Young Lions, they are an outfit that really snap at your heels. They make things difficult. They'll try to break up the fluidity of Lion City Sailors. As we look at their lineup, only one change to the team that beat Tanjung Pagar 3-1 last time out, and that is the goalkeeper and captain Hassan Sani. He returns after suffering from a fever last time out. So Rudy Kairula is back on the bench. As I mentioned, just take a look at that bench. No place for internationals Hafiz Noor, Adam Swandi and Faris Ramli, and one of the top players in the ASEAN region, Song Wei-Yung. He's not able to force his way into the starting lineup for the moment. For Young Lions, they make two changes from the side that were edged out by Albrechts Negata. Zulkarnain Suzliman, who has been called up for national duty in Saudi Arabia, he returns to the side, and Harris Stewart returns from suspension. He had a two-match suspension, a one-match suspension for him, and Zulkarnain had a two-match suspension, two-match absence, excuse me, through injury. So that is a big plus. He's been enjoying himself, Robin Chitraka. And from what I'm hearing, the players are responding well. A lot of them know him, of course. He's been with the club for a while, and he's coached some of them through Young Lions. And he's very happy with his role. Other team news, Justin Hui and Noor Adam Abdullah miss out for Sailors through injury. And Song Wei-Yung available after a minor knee problem. Philippao, of course, this is his former club when it was known as Home United. And he was certainly very instrumental in putting together an impressive youth structure. And talking of which, Lion City Sailors have got a very impressive academy as well, which has been awarded 1 star by the AFC, and a brand new training facility to replace the old one at Mata Road. Stipe Plazibat will get us going with Young Lions here. Just waiting to synchronize things. Robin Chitraka will love another win. This is the last game before a big break of over a month in the SPL. That's enough time to give everyone, the national team players, an opportunity to prepare. So here we go then. SPL match here between Lion City Sailors and Young Lions. Chock full of stars. Lion City Sailors, it is pretty much a David versus Goliath struggle. Georges Philippe pushing that forward. And there's the other star man, Diego Lopez. Multi-million-dollar signing from Portugal. That sails over the head of Gabriel Quack, who's also been, not surprisingly, called up. He's been in excellent form, hasn't he, to the national squad. 7 players in the Lion City Sailors setup have been called up. Hassan Sani, Haris Harun, of course, not with the squad yet. Saiful Akbar, first potential cap for him. Shadan Sulaiman, Faris Ramli, Gabriel Quack, Hafiz Noor are in. And for Young Lions, there are 3 players called up. Zulkarnain Suzliman, I mentioned that earlier. Hami Shahin, who's a former Home United player, and Ilhan Fundi could stunningly also get his first cap and potentially see 3 Fundi brothers playing together. Talking of which, there is Ilhan. Oh, that ball goes through. Joel Cho with the shot, and it's an important save from Hassan Sani. And the first chance falls to Young Lions. Well, that might be a little bit unexpected, but they can do this. This Young Lions club like to try and play in the front foot if they can, and maybe just taking Lion City Sailors by surprise. Yeah, it was aiming for the far post. I think he had his angles pretty well covered, didn't he, Hassan? Joel Chu scoring last week against Albrechts Niigata, a game they only lost 2-1. Ryan Stewart. It's pretty hot work out there, of course. Now back to these 5:30 kickoffs. Shifted from the 8:30 ones we had during Ramadan. Shafiq goes short. Here's Harris offside on Zamani Zamri. Well, under Filipao, they certainly don't shirk from responsibility. They love to play on the front foot when they can. A lovely ball slip through, might just run away from Joel Chu. Can he keep it in? Not quite. But he's having some joy down that left-hand side, and it's going to be a busy time for Anik Raushan, the youngster. You could say that he was partly at fault for allowing the ball to get through to Joel Chu a little bit earlier for that chance. Down the line, they're not giving them any space at the moment. Lovely little turn by Haikal Pasha playing against his old side. And that was a bit of a mistake from Zulkarnain Suzliman. Here's Gabriel Quack, who cuts inside. Is he going to take the shot? He does. And it sails harmlessly over. But the shot was on. He knew he was going to just cut in and bring it onto his left foot. That's what Zulkarnain's got to try and stop him from doing. Bright start to this game. Diego Lopez. He's got 2 players on him at the moment, and not particularly surprising that will happen. Here's Harris, he's getting some hassle. They've just got to clear the ball. Jacob Mahler, nice to have him back in the young Lions setup. They've regained possession here. Shadan Sulaiman, who's played every single minute so far this season. George Felipe. Up to Stipe Plazibat. Just couldn't hold on to the ball. Back to the keeper, Nur Shafiq, who you'd imagine is going to have a fairly busy day today. Closed down well. Saifullah busy in that midfield area. Also playing against his old club. Ryan Stewart. Finds Hami Shahin. They've just got to have time on the ball here. Keep hold of it, not give it away carelessly. I'm quite happy to slow it down. I think that would not be a bad tactic. Joel Chu. George Felipe read that well. It was coming up towards Jacob Mahler. Saifullah. Knock it in, another one. Playing against his former club. George Felipe. Pushing quite high up now. One thing we do know about Kim Do-Hoon is he wants to play fast-paced, possession-based football. Here's Gabriel. Doesn't let that go up for a corner. Play continues. Jacob Mahler trying to just steal that one. Now Diego Lopez. Anik finds Diego again. Cuts inside. Stipe Plazibat, slightly heavy touch. You could see what he was just trying to do, cushion it between the 2 defenders. Not quite. They are giving it away at the moment when they're trying to play themselves out of trouble. Comes straight back at them. Here's Gabriel Quack. Into the box, offside on Diego Lopez. Trying to ratchet up the pressure here. Lion City Sailors. That just comes off the back there of the foot. That's unfortunate. Hami Shahin in an advanced position. They're playing a far more advanced than perhaps we're more used to seeing him. He's a very creative talent. Gabriel now steaming down that right-hand side. Couldn't quite wrap his foot around it, but he's having a lot of joy down that channel at the moment. It's going to be a busy afternoon. Given away again, not for the first time. Now some space perhaps for Joel Chu on this left-hand side. He's another one who's really shone at times. Oh, lovely ball. Great bit of skill as well from Zulkarnain Suzliman. Ilhan on the turn. He's into the immense physique of George Felipe. Some encouraging moments. Here's Stipe Plazibat, who's just trying to head that down to Lopez, to Diego Lopez. Joel plays that right across to Zamani Zamri. And Joel will not get there. Oh, he does actually, in the end, get the cross in. Not bad. Out wide to Nakyudin. As we've seen, young Lions are quite happy to just wait for the right moment to break forward. Steven Plazibat turns the ball just behind Michael Pasha. Yeah, he's mixing a lot of youth at the moment. As we said, Saifullah Haikal Pasha. Anik Raush under 23 players that they have to play. Nakidin's also just above that now. That's why it's hard to fit in all these talents. Only 12 minutes so far, but we've had a couple of opportunities already for Lion City Sailors. And just because of who they are now, the expectation rises very rapidly that they should be scoring goals for fun. It's not easy. It doesn't work that way. Got to earn these goals, even if they are playing the team that hasn't won all season. Here's Ryan Stewart. That goes against him. I think he was expecting the flag to go the other way. And the referee overrules the assistant. Aggressive player down that right-hand side. Ryan Stewart. Syed Akmal. Now Hami Shahin. He's kind of given a bit of license here to roam around. As I mentioned, last round of games till July because of the international break and then the AFC Cup and AFC Champions League, of which 3 Singapore teams are involved. Lion City Sailors will be playing in the AFC Cup. Tell you more about that a little bit later on as they come forward here through Haikal Pasha. Great work from Diego Lopez. Now Gabriel Quack. Will he pull the trigger? Not quite yet. Anik Raushan. It looked like at any minute Gabriel was going to pull it. I think maybe that's what Diego was expecting as well. Harris Stewart up to Hami Shahin. Lofts that ball up towards Ilhan. Oh, and he looked a bit nervy there for a second. Anik Raushan, he's got away with that one. Shadan, back to Anik. Now Gabriel on this right-hand side again. Slips that through. Well, he was looking to slip Anik through. Needed to be a better ball from him. Jacob Marler, is there a foul on him? Yeah, from Gabriel. You feel at the moment they're not quite fully gelling yet. Lion City Sailors. Yeah, no doubt about the foul. Now Joel Chu. Not really got too many options at the moment. Ilhan. Now Zulkarnain. Jacob Mahler's very deep at the moment. Played all kinds of roles for the Young Lions over the years. Played in defense, midfield, and even an attack. Here he is now, Mahler. Yeah, they're finding it a little bit congested at the moment. Now Joel Chu trying to break through the lines. It's done well to hold on to the ball. Oh, Zamani Zamri has to do better than that. That was a straightforward ball. Just seemed to lose his concentration there, and he puts his hand up in apology. When you aren't really penetrating the opponent's final third, you've got to make simple things like that count. Back from Heiko. What they are, of course, concerned about is just leaving themselves a little exposed as they come forward, Young Lions. Now Jacob Mahler. Here's Hami Shahin. Ryan Stewart, Zamani Zamri. He was looking smart for a while. Now Ryan's trying to put pressure on Heikel. This is good work to win the ball back. A little bit clumsy from George Felipe. Well, good area here for Young Lions to try and exploit. Certainly looking at the likes of Jacob Mahler and Ilhan Fandi. Some of the bigger players to try and attack this. Yeah, he's not exactly being dwarfed there by George Felipe. Oh, no real power or conviction in that shot from Harris. Is still alive here with Hami. That was a loose ball to Harris Stewart. Didn't take advantage of it. They've had more shots, surprisingly enough, Young Lions. Can tell you there has been a goal in the other game, the big game today. Tampines Rovers up against Hougang United. Yasser Hanapi has scored in the 12th minute. So it's 1-0 Tampines. And they're both, of course, fighting to still stay in the title race. It's become 4 teams really. Albirex, Lion City, Tampines and Hougang, just 4 points separate them. Neither one of them really can afford to lose much ground on the 2 teams at the top, Albirex and Lion City Sailors. Jacob Mahler perhaps just pushing Stipe Plazivat. think they just got to shift the ball a little faster, a bit more zip in their game. Not quite there yet. Not going to get to that one. Diego Lopez. Sun has just gone behind the clouds. A little bit of respite here for the players. It is warm. And right now, I think Young Lions will be the happier of the two sides. They've kept Lion City Sailors at bay. They've had a few opportunities. Yeah, certainly be the happier of the two as of now. Jacob Marler gets there. Done well here. Out wide to Joel Chu. Anik Raushan. Heavy touch from Saifullah. Playing it safe here, side Akmal. Well, there was an arm from Nakyuddin on Zamani Zamri. Didn't look too bad on initial viewing. And he's going to be okay. Just get the impression a goal will settle the Sailors. They have to create those openings. Nibbling away there at Saifullah. Nakyuddin looks to take it quickly. That's good work from Ryan Stewart. Harris clears. Well, they're being aggressive. Nothing wrong with that. Hami goes in on Nakyuddin. Yeah, it's getting niggly, and this is what Young Lions are good at. They just try to throw off their opponents. They're physical. They're right in your face. Youthful exuberance, you can call it. Here's Diego Lopez. It's fairly well cleared by Shahrul Sazali. Gabriel. Diego, lovely ball. Oh, that's offside. Now, was that a tight call? No real arguments or dissent shown by any of the Lion City Sailors players. Yeah, I think even from that angle you can see it was offside. Moving back to the game, Stipe Plazimad made a bit of a run. He's gone out wide here to Heikel. Just kind of missing that creative spark at the moment, aren't they, Lion City Sailors? Nakyuddin. Shadan loves to play that deep lying role. Anik. Gabriel gives it away again. Jacob Marler looking up. Then he gets it to Hami Shahin. Not really much on for him. Have to go back to their keeper. Jacob Marler. They play it out quite nicely. Sharul advancing forward. Nice run from him. Out wide to Zamani Zamri. That's a poor pass from Zamani, I'm afraid, and that was a good run earlier from Ryan Stewart, not taking that option. Both sides have given the ball away rather cheaply. Saifullah, you could see what he was aiming to do to set Gabriel Quack free. Now Mala. Forward here from Mala. That's a heavy pass to Hami Shine. Has done really well though. Another heavy pass perhaps from Ryan Stewart. George Felipe does well. Probably a good time for the drinks, because something needs to really change for Lion City Sailors. They've not been at the races. We know they're capable of far, far better. And I'm sure there'll be some words spoken by Robin Chitraka to just encourage them to up their performance. Right now, young Lions will be very, very happy with this. And if you love your statistics and history, archive information, then if you're Young Lions and Lion City Sailors, you'd know that the Sailors have scored in their last 22 Premier League matches, and Young Lions have conceded in their last 25. So odds are that we will have some goals at some point. They are the worst defensive team in the league. 32 goals conceded, Young Lions. They've also scored the least amount of goals, just 9. As for Lion City Sailors, they have scored the most goals, or second most number of goals, 32. They're one behind Tampines Rovers, but they've got the second best defense in the league, 12 goals conceded. Hami Shahin floated that one in, no one on the end of it. Off the crossbar, and the goalkeeper was just watching. Delightful. Nothing Nur Shafiq could have done. That header would have been quite a goal there for Diego Lopez. That's their best chance so far. Well, they've just got to cut out moments like that. Young Lions can't afford to be caught napping at the back. Oh, lovely work from Joel Chu to get past Anik Raushan. Here's Zulkainen. Onside, the flag stays down on Jacob Mahler. Now Zamani Zamri. Doesn't get his cross in, but it will be a corner. Well, they've had their moments on the set pieces, Young Lions. And on the half-hour mark, could they spring a surprise here? Easy one for Hassan Sani. Gotta make those count, as we said. You're not going to get many opportunities. Well, that's not the greatest corner you'll see from Young Lions. Here's Plazibat. Again, too easy. Joel Chu dispossesses him and then gives it away. Anik up to Diego Lopez. Here's Saifullah. Now Ilhan having to drop and get a little bit of the ball. He hasn't really touched it. I would probably say he's had the least amount of touches of anyone here today. Jalan Besar. And the pace at the moment, I think, is really suiting Young Lions. They're not facing too much pressure. There's not much speed coming at them. It's being played at a relatively pedestrian pace at the moment. And that's fine as far as Young Lions are concerned. Of course, it would be pretty unsurprising changes to be made at half-time for Lion City Sailors and inject a bit of pace. You've got the likes of Faris Ramli, Adam Swandi, Song Woo Young, even Hafiz Noor have all got the pace. He's the veteran of that lot. Given away, back to Diego Lopez. His pass is cut out. Sharul advancing. Still Sharul. Goes out wide to Joel Chu. Now Harris. Sharul still looking to go forward if he could. Well, if they're not going to get pressed, they'll be quite happy to hold on to the ball here. There's no harm done as far as Young Lions are concerned. Syed Akmal. Back to Nur Shafiq. Got to be careful, moments like that. And that was almost an embarrassing one. Just save the blushes there, Sharul. Joel Chu, now a bit of space here. So Cullen was in a nice little pocket there. Taken out by Shadan. And again, it's another set piece conceded. Yeah, that was clumsy from Shadan. Now let's see if we get better delivery on this set piece. Hassan has actually been the busier of the two goalkeepers, surprisingly. He's had to pull off a big save early on from Joel Chu. Yep, again, far too easy for Hassan Sani. Diego Lopez gives it away again. Here is Ryan Stewart. He's going for goal. And he went on his left foot as well. I suppose he was thinking there's not much on. Diego Lopez, that's 3 passes in a row that he's given away. And he's got to be doing better than that. Nice work from Amirul Adli. Very loose at the moment. This is, I'm afraid, quite shoddy from Lion City Sailors. Zamani Zamri. Picked up the ball again. The Young Lions. Horace Stewart. That's nicely done. Win it back, Saifullah. Skips past a couple. He's got Hami right on him. Was that a card? Did he need to really pick up that card? Hami Shahin. That's a decent ball in, and it's headed away. Side Akmal before it gets to Shipe Plazibat. A little bit better from Lion City Sailors. Everyone inside Young Lions half now. George Felipe out wide to Gabriel Quack. Trying to get past Zulkan and Suzliman. Not getting much joy. Anik attempts the cross. Ilhan wanted to clear it. It's back with Lion City Sailors. Here's Amirul. And once again, another Lion City Sailors attack. Peters out quite harmlessly. It has not been difficult at the back for Young Lions. They haven't really been pushed enough. Ilhan on his own at the moment, and that's excellent work by Amirul. Only shot on target so far in this match has been early on from Joel Chu, which brought out a fairly smart save from Hassan Sani. That was a good attempt there from Ilhan. You could see what he was trying to do. He's now inside the box here, trying to wriggle his way through. He hasn't done too badly here. It's with Joel Chu. Can he get above? He won't get above George Felipe, but again they threaten. Well, I gotta say, they just don't look like they're playing much out of first gear at the moment. Lion City Sailors. And they can just afford to manage this out, see this out these next few minutes of the first half. If they can get to the break without conceding, that is a really very good start for them and sets them up nicely the second half. But they've got to keep their focus and attention here, Young Lions. Foul by Nakudin on Zamani. They've just got to think. The obvious thing to do is to take off the youngsters. I think Rasha and Haikal Pasha would be the ones that probably come to mind for Lion City Sailors. Philip Bao, I don't think he's going to make any changes at the moment. Why should he? Because his team's playing very, very well. And that's not to say that the youngsters have been playing poorly, but I just think they might want a bit more experience. Lion City Sailors. And in a way, of course, that under-23 rule is a bit of a leveler, isn't it? Everyone has to play 3 under-23 players from the start, at least until half-time. So you've got out wide, you have the likes of Faris Ramli and Adam Swandi. Even Song Won-yoon can play out there if he has to. Hafiz Noor. If you want to get some of your star players on. Anik is trying to force his way through. Joel Chu. That's a great ball into the path of Ilhan Fandi, who's got to contend with George Felipe. Across to Zamani Zamri. In the end, they've managed to get enough bodies back here, Lion City Sailors. And that is a real pity. I just wonder whether Ilhan might want to have tried to go on his own. Now, Diego Lopez, look at the pace he's shown. He's bearing down on the goal. Was there a foul? Oh, it's a red card. Was he the last defender? I think he was. Just outside the box, though, I think. Sharul Sazali has to go. Now, it was interesting because they looked across at the assistant, who didn't raise the flag. He is certainly the last defender. It was clumsy. And this will give us a look. Yeah, I think he does catch him. There's nothing from the assistant there. The referee looked across, but he was the last defender from a goal-scoring opportunity. He looked like he was bearing down on goal. Did he need to give that away? You mean you concede a goal, you're still down, we're still with 11 men. Well, Sharul Sazali decided, the skipper, he would stop Diego Lopez, and that's actually cost his side big time just before the break. And now it's going to be a very, very hard second half for Young Lions, and that could dramatically alter the complexion of this game. Puff of the cheeks there from Jacob Mahler, who now takes on the armband. First things first, they got to try and prevent this from going in, this free kick, which is very close, to get it over the wall and to dip again. Shadan, a brilliant free kick from Shadan Sulaiman. An excellent goal from him, and finally Lion City Sailors have got their goal with their first attempt on target. It's an excellent free kick from Shadan Sulaiman. Not sure whether the wall did very much. Was it all set? Almost effortless from Shadan just before halftime. How frustrating for Young Lions, and they're a man down now. Jacob Mahler is the one who's moving into the center of defense, something he's very used to doing. So there'll be a little short midfield. Hami Shahin will then move into central midfield, and it's just Ilhan on his own now. They're going to be up against it. And you just wonder whether the floodgates might open now for 10-man Young Lions. Saifullah. Anik. I'm not quite sure what the intention was, but at least it's got across from Amirul. It's got to Haikal. Now just playing this out. Last couple of minutes, there's one left now of the 2 additional. Stipe Plazibat, back to Saifullah. Big relief, I'm sure, for Lion City Sailors to get that opening goal. Late one on Harris. Stipe taking exception to Ryan Stewart's attention on him. It's a real hammer blow, isn't it, for Young Lions? Away by Anik. Just rolls out for Diego Lopez, and that brings us to the end of this first half. Very few opportunities, but it was Young Lions who were taking the game to Lion City Sailors. They seemed a little bit off the pace and not quite in the element, but then a moment of class from Shadan Sulaiman separates the 2 sides just before halftime. A wonderful free kick bent in, and that followed the sending off of the Young Lions skipper Charles Sazali. He was deemed to be the last defender to take out Diego Lopez as he was bearing down on goal, and that meant he had to go. A lot of work to do now for Filipao. He's got to rejig his team a little bit, perhaps. We might see a change or 2 coming up at the break from either one of these sides. But for now, here at Jalan Besar Stadium, at the end of this first half in the Singapore Premier League, Lion City Sailors lead Young Lions by 1-0. We're back at Jalan Besar Stadium. Lovely blue skies with a touch of cloud in there, and it has been a little bit different on the pitch, not quite as pleasant, I would say, especially if you're a young Lions fan, because they've been playing, I would think, the better football of the two sides, and yet they are a goal and a man down, and we'll tell you why as we look at the highlights of the first half, in which, as I said, Young Lions side of the brighter of the two, and an early opportunity. Joel Chu bringing out a smart save from Hassan Sani, and that would have been quite the start. Getting past Anik Raushan, Joel Chu, and he was aiming for that far corner. This was probably the best chance for Lion City Sailors. The looping header from Diego Lopez with Nur Shafiq transfixed, couldn't have moved. And he was in no man's land, but the crossbar preventing that from going in. And then clumsy certainly from the skipper Sharul Sazali on Diego Lopez as he was bearing down on the goal. And the referee really had no choice. And then this wonderful free kick from Sharan Sulaiman. We know he's got the capability. But there is still plenty of time, and the sky's the limit for these two sides, particularly Young Lions. And look at those stats. They have had more shots. I think they've looked fairly comfortable throughout this first half. But at the end of the day, it is the only one that counts the scoreboard, and that is Young Lions are leading 1-0. Meanwhile, at our Tampines Hub, a big game in the title race, and Tampines Rovers are drawing with Hougang United. It's 1-1 over there, and of course we'll keep you posted of developments in that match throughout the second half of this one. So we will come back with the second half very shortly here at Jalan Besar Stadium. Lion City Sailors taking on Young Lions in the second half. Do stay with us.
AIA Vitality. Your health is every choice you make. We are part of a global wellness program with over 1.65 million members in AIA across Asia. And in Singapore, we have more than 100,000 members on AIA Vitality. Members live healthier by knowing their health through online health assessments and screenings. They improve their health by logging exercises and enjoying the rewards to keep them going. And indeed, members are making improvements in their health. Even the Vitality age gap has narrowed to less than a year. Best of all, you earn points for every activity. The higher your status, the greater the rewards, including up to 15% off insurance premium on selected AIA plans. To keep you going, there is the weekly fitness challenge with personalized targets to help pace and improve your fitness. When you complete the challenge, you get a spin on the Vitality wheel to earn Vitality coins, which you can use at the marketplace. That's not all. You also earn AIA Vitality points for completing these activities. And very soon, you'll be on your way to Platinum status. And we sweeten the deal further with many exciting partner benefits that you can enjoy. With AIA Vitality, nothing gets better than a healthier you. So get onto AIA Vitality today because your health is every choice you make.
We are back at Jalan Besar Stadium, second half about to get underway. Lion City Sailors playing Young Lions. 1-0 at the moment it stands, thanks to that goal from Sharan Sulaiman. We got two fixtures tomorrow. Reminder, do join us at 5:30 p.m. Tanjung Pagar United take on Balestier Khalsa. That's at the other end of the table. And that will be, of course, at Jurong East Stadium at our Tampines Hub. Geylang International, who have been struggling as well, are up against high-flying Albrechts Negata. Look forward to seeing you for one of those matches at least. Now, we're just wondering if there are to be any changes made at the break. I wonder whether that goal has changed things as well, but you'd imagine right now, with the man advantage that they have, Lion City would go for the jugular. Remember, at some point, goal difference could play a part. They have got the best goal difference in the league, plus 20. But next up, Albrechts Negata on plus 17. These are the kind of games they have to really profit from. And that's in no way disrespecting Young Lions, but they are playing a team now that's bottom of the table with 10 men. And just having a look at the lineup, doesn't seem to be any changes for Lion City Sailors, that is. But they know that they really have to make this count. They really have to get more goals. They've got to be better than they were in the first half. And I think they'll be the first to put their hands up that they weren't at their fluent best. As for these guys, well, it is a real sucker punch for them, because I thought they had the better of the first 45 minutes. They had their chances, and then not only did they have their captain sent off, but they also conceded off the ensuing free kick. And it's going to be a very hard 45 minutes to come now, you feel, for Young Lions. But the onus is most certainly on Lion City Sailors to increase their tally. Sharan Sulaiman, what a moment of class from him. He is one of the most naturally gifted players in Singapore. He's played every single minute of the SPL thus far. And he's a certain starter you'd think, for the World Cup qualifiers. Singapore having to play Palestine, Uzbekistan and Saudi Arabia. Not an easy task at all, but they are third in that 5-team group, and they are targeting 4 points from those 3 games. So you'd imagine a win against Palestine and then take something from Saudi or Uzbekistan, which would be a tremendous result. Ilhan Fandi might fancy his chances of getting onto the pitch, at least earn his first cap at some point. They have got a friendly against Afghanistan prior to that. That might be the opportunity to blood some of them. Looking forward to all those matches coming up in a few weeks' time. This is the last round of matches for the SPL until we resume in July. So it's Ilhan to get us going in this second half. Yeah, very surprising, as I said, that perhaps no changes were made. Just thought we might want to inject a little bit more pace into this. Lion City Sailors, a bit more experience. But for now, they are keeping their powder dry. So Sizzliman, another one who might fancy his chances with the national side to play in those qualifiers. Stipe Plazibat tussling there with Hami Shahin, who won that battle. So to remind you that Shahril Sazali got sent off and Jacob Mahler has moved into the center of defense. That means that Hami will be withdrawn into a central midfield role. And it's just the one man up front in Ilhan Fandi. Sun is slowly coming down. It's getting a little darker here. The lights will come on shortly. George Felipe. Quick pass forward from Diego Lopez. Return to him from Stipe Plazibat. Delightful ball across. And now can they finish off? Haikal Pasha off the bottom of the post. It had beaten the goalkeeper. That's a good start to this second 45. Saifullah. Jacob Mahler cuts it out. Pressing a little bit higher. This is certainly better from Lion City Sailors. They want to try and create panic at the back. Joel Chu has to come back and help out. Joel Chu couldn't hold on to that. Anik Raushan. Now Stipe. Out to Haikal. Working hard there, but he doesn't get the better of Ryan Stewart. Here's his brother, Harris, who gets it away only as far as Shalan Sulaiman. There'll be a free kick anyway for the challenge on Harris, but they've got to be a little careful here. Young Lions are being put under tremendous pressure now by Lion City Sailors. We didn't really see that kind of pressing in the first half. And this is that chance. Close for Haikal Pasha. You'd imagine if we go the next 10 minutes or so without a goal, that the changes will start to come through for Lion City Sailors in particular. You can hear plenty going on around the dugout. Anik has done well there. Shadan, the second goal of the season on that free kick. Gabriel Kwak is another one who's been chipping in with goals. He's been enjoying that role. Eight to his name so far, Gabriel Kwak. Stipe Plazibat's got 9. He hasn't really had a sniff of goal today yet, Stipe Plazibat. Here's Heikel. Now Anik, back to Gabriel, plays across early, Plazibat, seeing a lot more of the ball now, the Lion City Sailors. Harris tries to break it up, here's Saifullah. Saifullah again, looking up at his options, Amirul. Everyone again camped inside this young Lions half. Not easy when you've got everyone behind the ball, but of course they have one man less now, young Lions, and that's what tends to happen, isn't it? When you're down to 10, you'll just have to park the bus, as it were. They're going all the way back to the keeper. George Felipe. Now Saifullah, they're going to try and break through these lines here. Anik. Gabriel Kwak, someone who can create something on nothing. Anik. Stipe. Thought about the shot. Saifullah has a go, it's blocked. Still alive here, Nakyudin. They're pushing and pressing and probing. Lion City Sailors, will they get the breakthrough? Jacob Mahler, that's certainly not what he meant to do, but it does give them brief respite. Looking at his watch here, Robin Chetraka, when will he pull the trigger? Harris tries to clear. Up as far as Ilhan, who's really had not much to feed on. Shadan fouls him and gets a yellow card for his troubles. Yeah, that was again rather clumsy. Confirmation of the yellow card for Shalan Sulaiman. Well, the temperature has just cooled off a little bit, and hopefully the action on the pitch goes the other way and it heats up. Had a couple of opportunities for Lion City Sailors early in the second half. Young Lions having to play a rearguard action at the moment, as I think we expected, given that sending off right at the end of the first half. Here's Gabriel Quack. Oh, was that a foul, and was it inside the box? Referee says it is just a corner. That is heart and mouth time for Zulkarnain and Young Lions. Oh, he lunged in as well, didn't he, Zulkarnain? But it was adjudged only to be a corner. That would have been nervy, very nervy. We do have a change to be made shortly for Young Lions. And it's no surprises that it will be Faris Rumley to come on. He will replace Haikal Pasha. I think he's had one start this season. Faris Rumley, not easy getting in this side. And of course, when you add Haris Haran to that mix, it's going to get even harder. Nakudin under pressure. He wins the ball back there, Ryan. And Harris gives it away. Now Gabriel. Easy enough to deal with. Harris trying to get that up to Ilhan. Well, they can't hope to pump balls up to this lone striker. Not easy. Anik. Attempted turn there from Stipe Plazibat. Now they come forward. Hami Shahin. Lovely couple of touches here. Back to Hami. Decent ball in, but it's well handled by Hassan Sani. That's probably been their first meaningful attack. Diego switches it to Anik. Well, it's been quite a turnaround at our Tampines Hub. Is there a foul again? No. And in the space of 5 minutes, Hougang United have scored a couple of goals. First, Tomoyuki Doi in the 50th, and then Idraki celebrating his first national call-up in the 55th. 3-1 Hougang United against Tampines Rovers at the moment. That has huge repercussions in the table. More on that in a while as we see Haikal Pasha make way for Faris Rumley. Not a bad player to be able to bring on at this stage. Will inject the pace and trickery on that left-hand side. Now Shadan. Here's Saifullah. Trying to get the ball out to Faris. It's cut out. Nakyudin. It's going to be some tired legs there for young Lions. It won't be long before I'm sure they start thinking about changes as well. Seeing as they're down to 10 men. And they might still fancy their chances of trying to get a result here. Can bring on the talented youngster Karin Nadim. Away by Ryan Stewart. Nakyudin. Here's Shadan. Pretty sure that's not what he really wanted to do. First touch for Faris Ramli. Overall, I think you've got to give a lot of credit to young Lions at dealing with this very, very well. Haven't been overly troubled yet by Lion City Sailors. It has been a better performance from the Sailors in the second half, but they're not overrunning young Lions by any stretch. Well, if it continues that way at our Tampines hub, then there are going to be problems here. Tampines will be left behind, but it was really Hougang United who couldn't afford to drop more points. They'll move to 23 and go third. Remember, Hougang thrashed Tampines a few weeks ago, put 5 past them. What could happen again today? Not a great clearance by Nur Shafiq, gets away with it. Here's Ilhan. Now Zamani. Too much on that. Just wonder whether they're going to start thinking about making some changes. Young Lions going to be a little bit tired. Here's Saifullah. Amirul. There was a little run to his right by Anik, not taking that option. What they want is Faris to come running at players from out wide, cut inside. Here's Anik. Oh, chance here for the shot, Faris. He knows it. Half decent opportunity, it was blocked. This is what he can't do. And that was important from Jacob Mahler, just to get something on that. Now going forward. On the break here. Ryan Stewart, did he need to take the shot? That was always going to be very ambitious from that right-hand side. On the break, this is when they can be dangerous. Listen, if you're a young Lions fan at the moment, you're still only 1 goal behind. And you're still in this. Lion City Sailors know they need another goal to try and put this to bed. But it's proved elusive so far, and really, North Shafik hasn't had to pull off a save yet. Anik to Stipe Plazibat. Diego's also gone very quiet in the second half as well. Quite noticeable. Oh, it's a good ball, and the header straight down the throat of the goalkeeper. The flag had gone up anyway for offside on Gabriel Quack. Well, that's about as good as it's got in the last 10-15 minutes. They really need something else. Nice little back heel for Hami. Oh, it's Shadan Sulaiman. It is going to be... Oh, it's just a talking to. Well, well, well. And that has caused a lot of disquiet on the ground, I can tell you. Should this have been another yellow card and therefore a sending off? Big smile from Shadan to try and maybe diffuse the situation. But that arguably should have been a second yellow card. And that will frustrate. It would have been 10-all in terms of men on the pitch. And then we would have really had an interesting 23 minutes or so. That's a talking point for sure. And I think it just underlines the fact of how important it is to get a second goal here for Lion City Sailors, at least. They're playing the bottom side, who are reduced to 10 men. Anik Raushan, mazy run from him, showed a bit too much of the ball. Jacob Mahler has been injured. Yellow card for Anik Raushan. Let's see. Oh, yeah, just left a little bit in there. +20 minutes left in this game, and it's an opportunity to go and get the drink, so it's a good call from the referee. Anik with the yellow card. Now, what do they do here, young Lions? They'll feel they've got to try and go for this while it's still 1-0. Do they throw on Karen Nadim, perhaps? Abdul Rasak Hakim, another forward, perhaps? Reza Reski. There are a few options. Really is a beautiful evening here in central Singapore. This is the only goal of the game so far. The free kick right at the end of the first half from Shadan Sulaiman. as we said earlier, the sky's the limit for Lion City Sailors in particular. There's very little they cannot do. All the resources. And they are going to make a second change, and it's going to be Song Woo-young on for Shadan. Perhaps that's more cautionary than anything else, just to perhaps diffuse things. Incredible when you think the talent that this man has, Song Woo-young, who's been a long time servant to this club when it was also previously Home United, and what he brings to the table. He's an immense talent. Still talk of him of one day perhaps qualifying to play for Singapore. We'll see if that ever comes to pass. And it's a delightful ball. The Faris Ramli to run onto. Tries to chip the keeper, and yeah, it's overhit, but a nice flowing move, much better from Lion City Sailors. They need much more of that. Well, you could see what he was trying to do, but that is a tough one to execute. Harris Stewart giving that one away quite cheaply. And you see that Ilhan has dropped back quite a bit to help out his teammates. Think about it as well, Young Lions only lost by the odd goal against Albrechts Niigata, and that one was away at Jurong East. Then he lost 2-1. I thought they had their opportunities in that one as well, Young Lions, so it's maybe not a complete surprise. They are a decent unit again, but then you look at what Lion City Sailors have at their disposal. Clearly the strongest bench in the SPL. There's more developments at our Tampines hub. Boris Kapitovic has pulled one back for Tampines Rovers. They're trailing 3-2 to Hougang. Stipe, just a little too much on the ball. There is going to be a Young Lions substitution. Perhaps a bit surprising. Joel Chu is making way for Amir Shafiz. Let's see where he'll slot into. Looks like he's going to be on that left-hand side. Not really been getting enough of the ball so far to make an impact, really. Faris Ramli, couple of chances from him. And as we said earlier, they are not overrunning Young Lions by any stretch at the moment. Do just seem a little leggy. That's good perseverance there from Harris. Anik went to Diego, who was offside. Doesn't agree with that decision, of course. Well, at the end of the day, Lion City Sailors will say a win is a win. We're not too bothered by the scoreline, though this is a great chance to just inflate that goal difference. And back from the new man, Amir. Ilhan. Look how far he has dropped in this. That's where Ilhan should have been, really. Amir drifted inside to try and get on the end of that. Now Faris. Back by Hami. He'll try and pick things up in the last 15 minutes. Zulkainen. Still looking for their first win this season, remember, Young Lions. Desperate to try and get off the bottom. Tomorrow, Tanjung Pagar play Balestier. And I'm sure Young Lions will be hoping that either Balestier win or it ends in a draw, so they can still keep pace with Tanjung Pagar. They don't want to finish bottom if they can help it. Remember, Tanjung Pagar's only win so far in 1.5 seasons has been against this Young Lions outfit, which will really rankle with them. It's another change here for Young Lions. And Kari Nadim now does come on. The youngster has impressed this season. He replaces Zamani Zamri. And he will play on that right-hand side. One of the real talents that's emerged in the last year and a bit. Saifullah now goes into the book. He's had a few frustrating moments in this match. Here's Faris. Anik now. Out to Gabriel. Song. Saifullah. Faris on that left-hand side. Still a lot of sideways passing, trying to probe. Gabriel Quack. Song now, this time for a shot. Oh, that's a decent save, isn't it? From Nur Shafiq. The shot was on. Yeah, it fell kindly to him, but at a decent height for the keeper. They get a corner here, Lion City Sailors. Got to try and add to their tally. Oh, and George Felipe gets up, but it's wide, his header. Looks up to the heavens in frustration. He'd have wanted to put that on target. He's annoyed at himself. Right on top of Jacob Marler there. Nice little touch on here for Stewart. This is Kyron. Oh dear, that's a poor ball from him. No way Stewart would have ever made that. Pace of the game is really slowed down again. Song to Diego. That's how slow it's become. He's had to drop that deep to get some of the ball. He's just not seeing enough of it at the moment, Diego. Very, very quiet in the second half. Multi-million-dollar signing. Here he is, Diego. Song. Out wide to Faris. Trying to slip it through for Stipe, and again that's very straightforward for Nur Shafik. Just seems to be one of those days for Lion City Sailors where they really haven't been anywhere near their best. Struggling for fluency. And Young Lions going to make their another substitution we're hearing. Here's Gabriel Quack. Song. Now Stipe. Diego. Gabriel has got a lot of players around him. Well, they've played themselves out of trouble there. Really nicely done by Ilhan. So Hami, excuse me, goes off. Reza Reski will get a bit of a cameo, and that is all the subs done. As far as Young Lions are concerned, it's down to these 10. Just about 10 minutes or so if you include some added time. George Felipe, final push here for Lion City Sailors to try and get at least a second. Faris. And again, he's just crowded out. Well, they're not really offering much of an attacking threat at the moment, Young Lions. They're quite happy to just clear their lines for the moment. But as I used the phrase in the first half, sometimes a bit of a pedestrian pace. Song's getting given a red card. Well, it looked like he'd come through on the challenge on Reza Reski, who's just come on. But Song Wei-Young, it looks absolutely stunned by that. I have to say, the Shadan one, where he should have got a second, looked worse. Oh, but then when you look at that again, he's gone flying in, studs showing. Yeah, that's not great. And I think the referee has got that spot on. He's only been on for a few minutes, Song Wei-Young, but he has to go. And he's just come back from injury as well to compound the frustration that he must be feeling at the moment. not getting a regular starting place in this side. After that minor knee problem, he's come back in. He's been on for a few minutes, and now he's off. We are down to 10 men on each side with about 8-9 minutes to go in this game. He's slowly trudging off. He's distinctly unhappy. And will this be the boost that young Lions need now? On the other hand, you could argue that they could take a risk or two and then leave themselves exposed. But again, you've got to go back to the point that young Lions have not been breached much. They've been looking fairly comfortable in the second half. And Lion City Sailors will think back and think, we didn't take advantage when we had the extra man. And now it is 10 aside. And it's not like there were loads of opportunities either. Kyrie Nadim. Here is Stewart. He's not going to get to the ball. Good work there from Faris Rumley. Well, they want to get on with it, surely. Just wondered whether there might be a third change to bring on someone like a Hafiz Noor or Adam Swandi in search of that second goal. Yellow card on for Kairin. Here's Zulkainen. Syed Akmal. Done well to keep that in, Stewart. Trying to get the better Amir Shafiq of Anik. Hasn't worked out. Could be an interesting move here. Once again, it just falters. The final ball has not been good today. And it's young Lions who come forward now. Harris goes all the way back to the keeper, but they'll definitely have a little bounce in their step now, young Lions, in search of this equaliser. Coming together of Gabriel Kwak and Zulkainen leads to a young Lions free kick. They take it very quickly. Here's Kyrie Nadim, is coming to his left-hand side. Are we going to get late drama here at Jalan Besar Stadium? And it is going to be Adam Swandi who will get a few minutes. Stipe flicks it on, but no one's going to get at the end of that. More frustration. Up to Ilhan. Georges Philippe will clear. Not a particularly good one, though. Oh, that falls loosely. Taking a couple of touches on. Thought the shot might come from Reza Reski. Just waited. We're inside the 90th minute now. Be interesting to see how much added time we'll get. Right now it's Young Lions trying to take the game to Lion City Sailors. Diego, who's dropped deeper and deeper as this half has progressed. He's overhit that one for Gabriel Quack. Body language isn't particularly positive, I have to say, from Lion City Sailors at the moment. They should feel that they have done enough to eke out a 1-0, but is that good enough for a club of this stature? We're going to get 4 minutes of added time. That's what we're hearing. There we go. And now that short cameo for Adam Swandi, who comes on for Gabriel Quack, who's had little moments in this game, but probably not enough. Well, Shafiq goes down and slowly picks himself up. 3 minutes left here. Young Lions, they want to control. They want to at least create one more good opportunity. And they really, you'd think now, since they're already losing, might as well throw everything into it. On the other hand, you could also say a 1-0 loss against this mighty Lion City Sailors team is very decent, especially when you had 10 men for more than half the game. Too heavy the header from Amir. Adam Swandi does well. Still with Adam Swandi. Oh, that's a good save from Nur Shafiq. Is still alive here. Stipe Plazibat. He's got bodies right in front of him. They throw themselves at him. Jacob Mahler. But what a save there from Nur Shafiq to still keep it at 1. And that surely would have been goal number 2 in game, set and match. As it is, there's still about a minute and a half in this. And how valuable could that save still be? Well, they need to get on with it here, Young Lions, because they only have around a minute or so left. They've got a few more bodies in the box. Amirul is down at the moment. His national teammate isn't really buying it. He's bemused by Ilhan. He wants to get on with it. Might add on a little bit more time. Final chance you feel now. Amir up against Anik. Needs some support. Diego's coming back to help out, and well, you knew he was waiting for any kind of contact. And that could well be it for Young Lions. They'll take their time, and you expect probably at the end of this kick that it might well be the whistle. We'll see. And that brings us to the end of what's been a functional win, shall we say, for Lion City Sailors. 3 wins out of 3 for interim head coach Robin Chetraka, but this, you'd argue, would be the least fluent of them all. They haven't been at their best by a long way, Lion City Sailors, up against a plucky young Lions who really showed a lot of gumption, just lacking that killer instinct. They had their chances too. Stipe Plazibat and a few of the Lion City Sailors having a bit of a go at the officials, not sure why they would. They've got the 3 points, and I think that at the end of the day has to be the most important thing. Though some might also point at the manner of their victory. Well, you're going to have off days like this. You can't always have 5-star performances each and every time. But you are playing the bottom side. They were reduced to 10 men for more than half the match with the dismissal of Sharul Sazali. Don't forget that towards the end, Song Wei-Young himself was sent off. It was 10 aside for a little while. But Lion City Sailors just didn't create enough opportunities. And when they did, they were saved. All the woodwork as well was there. Oh, it was poor finishing. Shadan Sulaiman, the only goal then that separates the two sides. The final score here at Jalan Besar Stadium. It's Lion City Sailors 1, Young Lions 0. Let's have a look then at the story of this match in the highlights. Cast your mind back early on when Joel Chu had a great chance to make it 1-0 right at the start of the game when he brought out a good save from Hassan Sani, who got down well. That was arguably their best effort of the game. And this was Lion City Sailors' best one before they scored, and that was off Diego Lopez. A looping header caught Nur Shafiq in no man's land. And it was only the crossbar that saved Young Lions in this instance. And as he bore down on goal, Diego, he was clumsily brought down by Sharul Sazali, who was then sent off. I think the referee really had no choice, going by the rules of the book. Yeah, certainly was clumsy. And did he need to do that? Could he have risked him going at the keeper and not getting sent off? Could have been a different story if he had. From the ensuing free kick, it was a wonderful strike from Shadan Sulaiman. That piece of class separating these two sides. And we know he's got that in his locker. Excellent free kick from him. Into the second half, and they started brightly, Lion City Sailors. Great pass from Diego Lopez up to Haikal Pasha, whose shot hit the bottom of the post, had beaten the keeper. And we thought, well, now we might see something a little different here. Up the other end, Stewart with a fairly ambitious shot from the edge of the area, going well wide. But those were some of the bright moments. Song Wei-Young came in, and he had a shot that was fairly comfortably saved in the end, I think, from Nur Shafiq. Shot was definitely on. It's a decent save, isn't it, from the keeper? And then Song went flying in, studs up on Reza Reski, and he was shown the red card. No hesitation from the referee. So it was 10 apiece. And then Adam Swandi, some great work here. And it was Faris Rumley. He thought he was destined to get that second goal. It wasn't to be. As a good save from Nur Shafiq. And that was it. A little bit underwhelming from Lion City Sailors, but they've got their all-important win. They had far more shots in the end, which is not surprising given that they had the one-man advantage, but only 3 shots on target all day. And that will be of immense disappointment in many, many ways. And I'll tell you why that was an important result for Lion City Sailors, because Hougang United have defeated Tampines Rovers 3-2. 5-goal thriller at our Tampines hub. They needed that win, and we'll show you why very shortly. because it is tight at the top. Hougang move into third place. They're 3 points behind Lion City Sailors, who are now top of the table. And Albrechts Niigata now know that they really have to do the business tomorrow. We'll tell you about that shortly, but look at Young Lions, still bottom with no wins, and Tanjung Pagar United have 2 games in hand now. So let's have a look at the action tomorrow in the Singapore Premier League. Tanjung Pagar United, we just mentioned them, taking on Balestier Khalsa at 5:30 p.m. Jurong East Stadium, whilst Geylang International have a big job on their hands. They host Albrechts Niigata. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow evening. So we will leave you here with scenes from Jalan Besar Stadium. Lion City Sailors have defeated Young Lions by 1-0. In the meantime, from me, Shazad Haq, and all the team here at the stadium, we'll see you again very, very soon.